watching, ears are listening, voices up, bodies come. This is how we listen, this is how we listen, at group time, at group time. Good job, friends. Today I have a really fun book about the moon. So do you guys remember what we read about yesterday? We read about astronauts. Astronauts going to space. Did you know that astronauts go to the moon?
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes astronauts go to the moon. And soon we're going to look at close-up pictures of the moon up on our board.
Like that is a moon.
Yeah. Oh, Colin, use your words.
A moon. Yeah, like the book with aliens?
You're right. There did be a book about space before with the little
Yeah, in the big round robot and there's oil.
You're right. That was a pretend story, wasn't it?
Oh.
Kind of a
Okay,
silly
so
story.
the moon, this is kind of a pretend story too. But the moon and the earth are real, right? Because we're on earth and we can see the moon in the sky. So this is called Moon by Stacy McCalty and Stephen Lewis. Earth's best friend. Earth's best friend. Do you think the moon is the Earth's best friend?
Yep.
Maybe?
I have a question.
Yes, Assad.
So, my question is,
Do you want to think about it and we'll come back? Okay. Let's read our book.
let's leave them.
Look up, look up, look up. It's me, Moon. I'm Earth's best friend.
Oh.
Where Earth goes, I go. We have been together since the beginning. Almost. Let me tell you our story. Once upon a time, about 4.5 billion years ago, a space rock the size of Mars crashed into baby Earth. It was a big old mess. Do you see it crashing into it? What do you think happened?
Baby Earth! It's the people died. The people.
Well, 4.5 billion.
Broken.
It was 4.5 billion years ago, so there weren't people, but it broke a piece of rock off. Pieces of rock, chunks of earth, and even lava were blasted into space. This crashed trash came together to make me. So that big rock that came off of Earth, and lava and all the other, what they called trash in the book that was floating in space, went together and made the moon. So the moon was made.
Lava in space right now.
There could be lava in the moon. Lava helped make the moon. I know, that's crazy. And it's like a satellite. Actually, I'm Earth's only natural satellite. Natural means not created by Earthlings. And a satellite is a circle it circles the Earth. So the other day we talked about the word orbit. Orbit just means it's going in circles around something. So the moon is always circling the Earth. That's why you watch it go across the sky at night, right? And that's why the sun goes across the sky during the day. Yes, the sun.
So the moon is like a banana shape. It's like a banana. And the moon can look round or a banana shape. Because when I look at the moon, I always see it's like a banana shape or a circle.
Yeah, so, oh, 1 second. Assad is telling us that it can be different shapes, right? Have you looked up at the moon and it looks almost like a half circle?
Yeah, even
Yeah, but sometimes it's a full circle, right?
I saw the moon and it looks like a Captain Boy.
Yeah. She has thousands of human-made satellites too. They're mostly metal and plastic. Not honestly best friend material. So remember we talked about satellites yesterday that those astronauts had to go see, right? Remember those satellites in our book? Just big metal things floating in space. Guess that makes me Earth's #1 sidekick. What does sidekick mean?
Sidekick means it's a crew to our superheroes.
Yeah, you remembered our word crew from yesterday. So the Earth and the Moon are like a crew. They're partnered together, right?
So,
Cameron, what's
so
wrong?
I'm still looking.
Layla, look at the book, okay?
Miss McCollum.
Isaiah, what do you need?
So, just like at Kid Danger, dad's like Kid Dangers and a big Kid Danger is a sidekick.
Yeah, you're right. They're partners. Okay, friends, eyes on the book. But you probably noticed I looked different every night. Fun, right? Check out my phases. So this is what Assad was talking about. They have different shapes. Sometimes the sun looks like what he said was a banana. And that's because the sun is shining on this side of the moon. Sometimes it's a half of a moon, right?
Yep.
Sometimes it's a half of a moon.
And
Sometimes it doesn't look like anything because it's a new moon. That's what's called a new moon.
yeah, I can see it.
This one is called a waxing crescent. When it's on the other side, it's a waning crescent.
And the other side looks like a banana.
Yeah, and sometimes it's like 3/4, which is like
Banana.
almost all of it.
Yeah, like
Sometimes it's
banana.
full, right? Good job. Yeah, it does kind of look like a banana. Isn't that kind of silly?
Yeah, that looks like a banana.
Yeah, the bottom part looks like a banana. Good job, guys. Some other planets have best friends too. I am Moon, but I'm not the only moon in the solar system. Friends, did you know that all the other planets, like Jupiter and Mars and Saturn, they all have moons too. They have different moons than us. So we see our moon. They also have moons, right? Yeah, all of our planets.
moon.
This one is Callisto, Titan, Io, Ganymede. Of all the moons, I'm the 5th biggest. So our moon's not even the biggest moon, friends. Our moon's pretty small compared to some of them. Assad?
Like Jupiter.
Oh, it's Assad's turn.
I have a question.
What?
So these planets are different because they have different moons. They're like planets, and the other ones are not for planets. They're
Yeah.
not for people
Yeah.
to stand on.
You're right, there's planets, there's moons.
Jupiter. Like Jupiter is the biggest moon.
Yeah, Jupiter is a big
Oh,
planet.
look, is that?
Okay. I'll always be Earth's pal, but that doesn't mean we're twinsies. She's bigger. 4 times bigger. So the Earth where we live is 4 times bigger than our moon. You can fit 4 of our moons in our Earth. Let's see, and her gravity is 6 times stronger. So friends, do you guys remember what gravity does? What did we talk about yesterday?
Gravity, when apples fall, they fall straight down. They know not falling on.
Yeah, so gravity pulls us to the ground. That's why we can stand on the ground and we fall to the ground. On the moon, you kind of float. You can float because there's not as much gravity on the moon. It's okay, it's okay. Gravity is the invisible force that makes an apple fall to the ground instead of flying up into the sky. Assad even had the right example. Good job, Assad. A cow that weighs 600 pounds on Earth would weigh only 100 pounds on the moon. Speaking of cows,
That one sounds like invisible ghost.
Earth has cows and nursery rhymes starring cows. But a cow has never jumped over me. I'm too far away for even a kangaroo to make that leap. So have you ever heard of the cow jumping over the moon?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not real, right?
Yeah,
We know that that's called fiction. Can you say fiction?
What is it? I tried like a baby show.
Average distance between Earth and me is 2,308 or 20. Wow, I can read today. 238,855 miles. That's a big number.
What? I got even bigger than 100.
Okay, BFFs help each other out. I keep Earth from being too wobbly. This might be the most important thing I do, and you probably didn't even know about it. With me, gentle spinning, my gravity at work. Without me, quiet voices, friends. Without me, topsy-turvy, don't worry, moon gazers. You're never without me. I don't disappear during the day. I'm always here for Earth. So friends, sometimes the moon is still out during the day. We just can't see it, right?
No, we can't see it.
Sometimes we can see it.
No, we can see it in the morning.
You can see it in the morning, but it's still out all day long. We just
What?
can't see it. I know.
All
You
day,
just can't
every
see me
single
when
night.
it's super
All
bright out,
day
or
long.
when it's cloudy, or when I'm on the other side of the earth. I can prove I'm always here. Check out the ocean's tides. Did you know that the moon affects the ocean? The moon affects how the water flows in the ocean.
I'm getting back to the sun.
Friends, we're not listening to their song right now. We're gonna do songs in like 2 minutes. We have to look at some cool pictures.
No, in 1 minute.
Friends,
We're doing glitter.
high tide happens twice a day. I have the best views of Earth, and Earth has the best views of me. But some Earthlings wanted to see me up close. I'm the only other place in the universe where man has set foot. And I do mean man. I'm still waiting for my first female astronaut. So friends, we've had astronauts on the moon before.
But there was only central moon.
And there's still footprints on the moon from our astronauts. Did you know that? There's still footprints. There's no wind, no rain, or snow to mess up the footprints. You also don't find any of this stuff on him. You don't find animals or trash or plants. You don't find, oh Cameron, use your words. You don't find anything on the moon, right?
Where's the spider?
You don't find anything on the moon that you'd find on
I
Earth.
want to see the
The
spider.
spider's right here.
How about you could
Okay. Do you want to know? Do you want to know what you will find on the moon? Rocks. You can find rocks, really big rocks, more rocks, hair clippers, presents from Earth, golf ball, falcon feathers, hammers, American flag. So some of those items were left by the astronauts, and that's the only reason they're up there.
And hammer and a feather.
Earth and I have so much fun together, especially when we play eclipse. Solar eclipses means I hide sun for a few minutes. We play this during the day. So friends, that's when the moon covers the sun. Lunar eclipse, Earth's shadow passes over me, and we play this one at night. So that's when Earth's shadow covers the moon and you can't see the moon. I'm always here for Earth. I'm always here for you. Where Earth goes, I go. And where Earth goes, you go. Guess that makes us best friends too. Okay, friends. Do you want to look at better pictures of the moon that are real?
Yeah!
Okay. Show me how we can sit safely and look at the computer. We might have to turn off the lights.
I'll turn them off. I'll turn them off. I'll turn them off.
1 second.
I'll turn them off.
We'll have to see how this shows up.
I'll turn them off. Can I turn them
The,
off?
friends, the first picture is of a full moon. did it?
No.
Craters are just kind of holes or divots, like small holes in the earth, in the moon. And that's what those darker parts are. Those are just big craters.
And there's different ones.
Obviously, they're not done yet.
They'll go to the space and they can breathe in space and they're not like regular people.
I know.
They're trying to teach you.
So friends, look at all of the different stuff. We're going to look at a closer up picture. Oh, maybe. Here's a closer one. That's what a crater is. This right there, that's what a crater is, my friends. Miranda, do you have a question?
The Earth's bigger than the moon.
The Earth is 4 times bigger than the moon.
What if the Earth
That
is
means,
this big?
that means the moon can fit in the Earth 4 times.
I know. I said it could be this big.
And the moon looks pretty big, right?
Or it can be this big.
Yeah, the Earth is even bigger than this room.
Or it could be this tall. It can be this tall too.
Yeah, the Earth and the moon are very tall and
Or
very
that
wide.
tall. Or it could be as big as you.
It's
Or
a
as
lot
tall.
bigger than me.
We have to fit on the earth, so the
Yeah.
earth has to be lots bigger than us.
As big as a giant. We can live in a giant.
Okay, friends. Eyes are watching.
Even bigger. Listen up. Body sun. This is how we listen. This is how we listen. I could tell. I could tell.
Okay, friends.
You were not calling.
Are you ready to do some dancing before lunch?
No.